And here we are, Wednesday morning. Pretty nice morning, no fog. Yesterday in the evening, like 8, it was foggy, which is quite strange. I was talking with a friend who is living, further to the north, that direction. Well, technically that direction. And he said we have a very thick fog over there. Oh yeah, well, at least it's not raining. We were expecting rain during the night and throughout the day, but unfortunately it will start to rain in the afternoon when we have to go to the when we have to go to the vets. Come. Why to the left? Yesterday afternoon my heel was basically okay, no pain at all. But now in the morning, once, let's say, it's still stiff, little bit limpy. But in like 10-15 minutes, stretch it out, and then I'm, let's say, okay. No, Lizika. Napay, don't see. No kebab on the ground. So yeah, one update regarding that fake cop. They released some more information. So apparently he was working there. The fake cop was working at the airport as a security guard. He tried to enter the police force, didn't made it, but he got let's say acquainted, friendly with the police officers working there, and he then told them that he became an auxiliary police officer. So now apparently the police officers that was caught, the real police officer, didn't provide him the uniform. They are, let's say, drip feeding us information. So yeah, basically he convinced, the fake cop convinced the real cop that he is now an auxiliary police officer, and if he can, help him with the lay of the land, how to be a cop, which is, very strange that police officer trusted him so much. But yeah, we do have, auxiliary police officers. So regular police officers are employed by the police, and they have police powers all the time, even when they are off work. Lizika. But auxiliary police officers have police powers only when they are, working as a police officer. And usually they have to be, along a regular police officer. And yeah, so they can exercise the police powers only then. Usually every year they have to do certain amount of hours. Auxiliary police officers. Usually they do like weekends and so forth, or they are called in for larger events, demonstrations, things like that. So it's not unusual for them to be involved, but yeah, it's quite unusual to see them in action, let's call it like that. I don't recall ever seeing any auxiliary police officer here in Shishka. So yeah, the investigation is still unfolding, or at least they are drip feeding us the information. And another law enforcement related story from yesterday. They successfully investigated a case. Well, technically, just before New Year's, there were two cemeteries in Slovenia hit, call it like that, and 110 graves were destroyed, damaged. Usually these sort of things are they do not result in any conclusion. There's a lot of, majority of the cemeteries are not covered by CCTV. Usually these sort of things are happening, in the middle of the night. Nobody's there. So yeah, but apparently in this case they have arrested two Bulgarian citizens. One I think is like 19, one is 40 plus. And so they went basically grave robbing, for precious metals used for, decorating, lettering, the vases and so forth. So where they could, just take out the metal, they did, but in some cases they had to basically break up, the headstones and other ornamental pieces to get to the metal. So yeah, that was 110 graves destroyed. Apparently police still hasn't received all of the complaints from all of the grave owners, so they have already requested to everyone to check their graves and make a police report, so that they can be additional charges brought up. So yeah, in total were 110 graves, but not all of the owners made a complaint yet. Okay, we will end on this point. We are entering the dark zone.